Hi, everyone, and thank you, Steve. It's Miss Richfield 1981 and Lewis here in Richfield, Minnesota. Oh, I'm so tickled to be part of this very important organization and this wonderful event. And we have such great leadership in our organization now. And one new board member I'm so excited to introduce you to today is my friend Jody Cole. Actually, I don't know Jody, but I'm meeting her today, and I love making new friends. So Jody, hello and welcome. Oh, look at you. I'm dressed in rainbow, and you're dressed in more of a lesbian print. Yes, an animal print. And you know what? I am so excited that you joined the board. I think that is a wonderful way to spend your time helping other people. And I am looking at this beautiful. Is it a giraffe that we're going?
It's a giraffe.
It's a giraffe. You know, and I'm wondering, first of all, where you're calling in from.
Calling from Asheville, North Carolina.
Ooh, that is a beautiful place. Oh my goodness sakes. I have lots of gay friends that live there, and they say it's a wonderful place to be.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's great. And are you living there by yourself or?
No, I have a sweetheart here. Her name is Eva Hartman.
Oh, isn't that nice? How long have you been together?
5 years.
Oh my goodness sakes, 5 years already. And I know you're not just wearing the animal prints, but you care about the animals. And like so many of us care about the animals, but you have a whole different perspective on it, right?
I do.
You not only love the animals, but you go and you take tours of people to go look at the animals, right?
I do. Yes, yes.
Well,
I own my own safari company. I own a safari company, and I guide safaris to East and Southern Africa. My company is Wild Rainbow African Safaris. So I've been doing it for about 15 years.
15 years already.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness sakes. So you care about what's going on over there. And for the last 15 years, you've been paying attention to animals and all of that. But now you've got this new cause you're working for. And how long have you been on the board? Is this are you brand new?
I am brand new, beginning of the year.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what a year we've had so far, right?
I know.
Oh my goodness sakes. And I know that you lead the safaris over there and you do all of that. But in that time, have you also seen the gay and lesbian and transgender and bisexual folks over there and in Africa? And have you seen how they're treated and the need that's going on over there?
I have. Oftentimes I have groups that want to meet the local LGBT communities. So I've had the privilege of meeting many Kenyan organizations, some that are kind of on the down low and some that are proud and gay. And then also in South Africa, many, especially in Soweto. In fact, today I almost wore my Soweto Pride t-shirt, but I thought I would go with giraffe today.
Yeah, I think you made the right decision. I think the giraffe, because I don't think someone else might have a pride t-shirt on in pride colors, but you were definitely the only one in a giraffe outfit. Now, why don't you take that hood off and show us your beautiful, look at you.
Here I am.
Oh, you are beautiful, Jody. And I am so excited that this is how you're spending some of your time. And I know that we have great leadership on our board. And one of the people that has been on the board for quite a while and knows so much about the organization, and I think you might know who I'm talking about, my dear friend Charlie Rounds, he is the one who kind of heads it all up. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, everybody.
And Charlie, tell us now, Jody's new on the board. We're so excited about that, but how many board members are there?
There are 7 board members, and I am the board chair. This is my second time on the board at ORAM. The organization has grown so much under our new executive director, Steve Roth. We've got new board members like Jody Cole, who is passionate about Africa and global issues, and a couple of other new board members. Miss R, organization is really stepping up at a time of a huge need globally on LGBT refugee issues. So it's so exciting to be here today.
And I think so many of us see the news and we think, oh my word, all these things are happening, and it's just hard, it's overwhelming to know, how do I get involved? And I think of you and I, Charlie, who have spent so many years traveling, also Jody in her work. But, you know, Charlie and I have worked on the cruise ship industry and the gay travel industry and resorts and so forth, traveled all over the world. Yep. And boy, that really opens your eyes, doesn't it? How long have you been in the travel world, Charlie? How many years?
Sure. Well, when I look at this, first of all, I went to Africa and lived in Cameroon, West Africa in 1978.
I did not know that.
Oh,
what did you do? How did you do that? Through who?
I was a Peace Corps volunteer. And I was a Peace Corps volunteer in 1978, and I came home in 1982. So quite a few years. So Africa means a lot to me and always has. The situation in Africa, Miss R, is just really difficult. It's not as easy as we have it here in Richfield, right? But that put the passion in. So I've really, when I got back in 1982, which I think is 38 years ago, is when I started in the travel industry. And then I got into the gay travel industry in 1988, so a mere 32 years ago.
Oh, that's fantastic. And traveling, and I know a lot of people don't have the money sometimes to travel, but it really opens your eyes to so many different things. And when you see things happening in the world, I think sometimes we forget our LGBTQ community is global. I feel like sometimes we feel like, oh, it's just me and my neighborhood and, you know, that's fun. Or I go to New York for Pride or something, you know, and you forget that there's a whole world out there of LGBT people who are in all sorts of different situations. You know, some of them not so good, right? Yeah. And could use our help.
I just want to touch on that. And I'm Miss R, I really appreciate that you brought that up. You know, it is an issue right now is police violence. And it's front and center for us here in the US. But the vast majority, especially transgender people globally, are thrown out of their countries. They have to flee police violence. And they are huddled on either our border or they're huddled in Kenya trying to lead dignified, safe lives. And that's where ORAM comes in. And at this time when we're focused on violence to communities and vulnerable communities, this is a time where ORAM is stepping up and we're going to do everything we can to help the Global LGBT Refugee Committee. Well,
how do we get involved? I know Jody joined the board, and that's so amazing. It's amazing to have someone like that with that kind of experience on the board, somebody who's been in Africa, who knows the culture and knows kind of where to get involved. How do I get involved? How do other people get involved, Charlie?
I think it's, again, thank you, Ms. R, for asking the question. We can all get involved. If you can just donate, there is a donate now button on. If you want more information to volunteer, we can constantly use volunteers no matter where you're at, especially if you are bilingual, Spanish and English or French and English, because the number of refugees that are Spanish or French speaking from French-speaking Africa. So that's a way you can get involved. Let us know. We'd love to have you. And I'm just going to turn it back to Stephen. But before I do that, thank you, Jody, for joining the board. And thank you, Miss R, just for everything that you do every day for the global LGBT community. You're a gift. Thank you.
You are amazing.
Thank you so much, Jody. Thanks, Charlie.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Pride.
Bye.